What is up, you all? We're back with another Scream 7 video. So today we're going to be talking about some potential plot details, and it's some leaks out there in the Scream 7 community. So if you don't want to know too much about any leaks or everything, I will definitely give you a warning in this video. But before we get into it, definitely smash the like button, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So to get into this, we've been seeing some behind the scene photos with Scream 7, starting off with one of the first behind the scene photos being the slate with that Kevin Williamson posted that looks like it's inside of a bar or like a restaurant. We did hear rumors about Sidney Prescott potentially being a business owner in Scream 7, but then we see another behind the scenes that looks like it's on the outside of that bar or a restaurant that could potentially be owned by Sidney Prescott, which I think is definitely a good add-on to the story with Scream 7, being that now Sidney Prescott is a different type of character. She's a mother, and you know, she's a wife now. So I definitely think we're going to see a different side of Sidney Prescott in this upcoming Scream installment. But to get into this crazy leak that we got in the Scream community, you guys probably already heard about it, but if you didn't and you don't want to hear about it, I'm going to give you 3 seconds to head out, because this is definitely, depending on how you look at it, spoilery, and the leaks are getting crazy. And this movie is a year, you know, a little bit of change away. I think we're going to definitely be getting more leaks, and it's going to get bad. But 3 seconds, 3, 2, 1. So we found out from a trusted source over on X, you guys probably know him, Daniel RPK, Daniel Rickman. He actually revealed that in the new Scream installment, being Scream 7, that it will be more than 2 killers. So this is crazy, because I thought they were going to kind of go back to, like, you know, the first formula a little bit, but no, it's going to go back to how it was in Scream 6 with multiple Ghostface killers. So this definitely throws, you know, a wrench and everything, where it's going to be crazy, because we saw a lot of people get revealed. Celeste O'Connor, McKenna Grace, Isabel May, Asa German. Anybody could be Ghostface. Now, I told you all in my previous video, something's telling me that Sidney's daughter could potentially be Ghostface, because like I said, once again, when you look at Sidney Prescott, it's hard to get hands on her because she's very smart. She's always advanced and everything. When it comes to these situations, she knows when something is about to kick up. And in order to get close to Sidney Prescott and take her out, I think you have to, like, you know, play it close to her, like, you know, her daughter, or how Jill was, where you can get hands on her. And I think they're expecting us to understand that this is her daughter. She can be like the next final girl, like Allison in Halloween, how it was when she was under Laurie Strode. I don't think it's going to be that with Scream. I think it might be a crazy dark twist where, yes, Billy Loomis had a daughter that had like these malfunctions where she goes in and out of serial killer mode, but then Sidney's daughter could potentially be full-blown Ghostface with a couple of friends. I don't know, but that's just the craziest theory that I've heard. I've heard people say that they think Gail Weathers can be Ghostface, but with Daniel Rickman confirming that it's going to be more than 2 Ghostface, it definitely feels how it felt with Scream 6 being with those reveals. Now, I feel like Scream 6 has the weakest Ghostface reveals just because they just felt so just easy. Like, I feel like I knew who was going to be the Ghostface, especially with Leanna Liberato and everything. I think that, like, you know, Dermot, I think that all these reveals were just weak, to be honest. You can just see them. Even Ethan, I think that these ones were so just out there where you can just look through the scenes and everything they're saying. And like I said, the stuff that Dermot was saying in the film, what he said to Melissa Barrera, it's like, bro, we know that one of these people are Ghostface. I didn't in my heart think it was nobody from the Core 4 or none of that at all. I'm just waiting for that moment to come where it's a crazy reveal where we see Leanna Liberato as Ghostface. You know, it's like a family tie. And I liked how they were connected to Richie. I thought that was cool. But I feel like we need to kind of give it a break when it comes to multiple Ghostface, because it just feels like it's not no great motive. And sometimes it doesn't have to be a motive, but with this story being that Sidney Prescott is back and we're hearing rumors about Patrick Dempsey returning and things like that, I think the Ghostface reveal has to hit harder. And being that, you know, horror is different, I can see that with Scream 6 that they were trying to make Ghostface a little bit more brutal, because that's like them just basically matching energy in the horror community, because a lot of these movies previously have been very brutal, like your Halloween Kills, your Scream 6, Terrifier 2, Terrifier 3. All these movies are just very brutal now. Nothing's just kind of calm, because that's what the fans want. They want to see people get slashed up and hacked up in little bitty pieces. I think this story could definitely have some potential and be crazy, because now that we have Sidney Prescott's daughter, it's a lot of depth to it, because she has friends now. She has people that's attached to her, which if I had to bet money on, I'm thinking that McKenna Grace is going to be friends with Isabel May and Celeste O'Connor. They're going to have like a little friend group. We've seen that Mason Gooden is back. But one thing I will say, for some reason, I think the Ghostface in this one is going to be very dark. I think it's going to come from a side of just the history of Scream that we're not even expecting. Everybody's expecting like this Stu Macher type twist or this OG character type twist. I mean, it could happen, but it's a lot of things that's involved in the story, being that Sidney hasn't been involved in a while, and something has to get her out of retirement, being her daughter, Isabel May. Her husband's on the line, Gail Weathers. I think it's just so much to, you know, go after. And I think with Mason Gooden, I think he's cooked. Something's telling me open and kill for sure. But with these, you know, Ghostface being at his multiple, we know that Kevin Williamson, you know, the director of Scream 7 and previous Screams, he's back. And he had an idea originally where it was a cult involved. And I think it was going to be a Scream 3. And he's a big fan of that cult idea. So being after what Daniel Richtman just said about, you know, multiple Ghostface being involved, it kind of gives you that cult feeling, which I think that it could be something that's cult related because Sidney Prescott is back. I feel like if any Scream movie would have had a cult involved from the previous ones we just got, it should be 7 because Sidney's involved. And what's better than a cult going after the final girl because no one's ever took Sidney down? You know what I'm saying? Like almost like a motive. And we heard Amber say that she was radicalized and she just wanted to be a part of something when she was in the kitchen with Gail and Sidney at the end. So that cult theory is still alive. Now, I'm not saying it's like a Stu Macher cult. Maybe it's still a cult that's connected back to that shrine that we seen in Scream 6 with everything that was out there with all the, you know, props and everything from the Stab movies. Maybe that cult is still a long vine through everything that happened in these previous movies. So it does make sense. I will say, I think it could be something like that where it's about, you know, a cult that's going after Sidney and these OG characters, and they're trying to keep on that legacy that was going on previously from Scream 5 and 6, because we seen in the beginning that it was even a cult going on when he opens up the closet with the mask, and we heard about Richie at the end. So I think that it can definitely get darker. This can potentially be the darkest Scream in my opinion, and it can definitely be the scariest. I think a lot of the kills are going to be similar to the ones in Scream 6 where they're brutal and over the top but still a little calmer on the Ghostface side. But I think this twist with Ghostface can be one of the twists that we don't see coming, unlike Scream 6. I think the only thing that kind of makes me think that can get a little rough and rowdy with the reveal is that it's too many Ghostface involved again. So it's like, if one of the Ghostface in this group has to have some type of connection or some just motive against Sidney, it has to be like a believable motive. It can't just be, you know, hey, I just want to take out Sidney. I mean, it could be that. I feel like the only way it could work when someone's like, hey, I just want to take out the final girl and say I did it, they have to be batshit loony when that reveal happens. Like Stu Macher, like, I just want to take you out. I want to do it. You know, you took out this person and this person, you know, or one of the biggest Ghostface. Now that'll be crazy. Or it can be something where they have family members and bloodline involved where they just wanted to get some type of revenge on Sidney. I even, you know, talked about maybe it's something else with Gail, you know, with her writing her books. This can be that story that everyone's talking about when, you know, we were all speculating that Gail's going to have a part where it's something with her books that's going to get Sidney caught up. Maybe this is the one when it's like that. But overall, I think that's just very interesting that they just did multiple Ghostface reveals in Scream 6, which did not hit. It did not hit that mark that I think they thought it was going to hit. And they're doing it again at 7 from this leak we just heard. I mean, at the end of the day, I think it could be cool depending on how it is. And if it's a reveal that we don't see coming at all, absolutely, just it's like clear as day once we get it, but we're like, damn, how didn't we catch that? If it's one of those type of, you know, reveals. But comment down below how you guys feel about everything with Scream 7 and just the plot details and possibly just, you know, a big cult of Ghostface, more than 2. So comment down below. And like I said, this is not confirmed, but Daniel Richtman is very trusted in the Scream community. A lot of things he talked about in the previous Screams came to light and they were true. So let me know down in the comments below, and also make sure you check out my new horror movie slasher, Willie. You guys have been showing so much love to this horror slasher film and it's doing so well. A lot of you guys are invested in it. Definitely check it out. I will leave that down in the link description below. But unfortunately, this is the end of the video. I want y'all to hit me up on my social medias that I like scary. I want you to watch some horror movies. Stay scary out there. Peace.